This method can install the full version of Microsoft 365 on your Windows PC. If you miss just one small step in this process, the entire installation can fail silently, and you won't even know why. So in this video, I'm going to walk you through the exact method professionals use, step by step, and show you how to avoid that hidden mistake. Before we begin, there's one important thing you need to check. If any version of Microsoft Office is already installed on your system, you should remove it first. Go to Control Panel, uninstall a program, remove any existing Office version. This ensures a clean setup and avoids conflicts later. Now open your browser, preferably Google Chrome, and search for the Office Customization tool. Open the official Microsoft website. At first glance, this page looks simple, but what most people don't realize is, this tool doesn't actually install Office. It only creates something much more powerful, and that's what we're about to generate next. You'll first see the architecture option, and this is more important than it looks. You need to choose between 32-bit and 64-bit based on your system configuration. Most modern PCs support 64-bit, and that's generally the better choice because it allows better performance, handles larger files, and works more efficiently with modern applications. If you're unsure, just right-click on this PC, go to Properties, and check your system type. It will clearly mention whether your system is 32-bit or 64-bit. Choosing the wrong architecture won't break your system, but it can limit performance or compatibility, which is why this step matters more than most people think. Next, move to the Office Suite selection and choose Office LTSC Professional Plus 2024. This version is designed for long-term stability, meaning it doesn't receive frequent feature changes like subscription-based versions. Instead, it focuses on reliability and consistent performance, which makes it ideal for most users, especially those who want a smooth and distraction-free experience. It includes all the essential apps and works perfectly for both personal and professional use. Now comes one of the most powerful parts of this entire process, selecting the apps. Instead of installing the entire Office package like most people do, you can customize exactly what goes into your system. For example, if you only need Word and Excel, you can select just those. If you also use PowerPoint or OneNote, you can include them as well. But anything you don't select simply won't be installed, which means less storage usage, faster performance, and a cleaner system overall. This level of control is something the normal installer doesn't offer, and it's one of the biggest advantages of this method. After selecting your apps, scroll down to the language section and set your primary language to English, United States. This ensures compatibility and avoids unexpected language-related issues later. Then continue clicking Next through the remaining steps. Most of these options are already optimized, so you don't need to change anything unless you have specific requirements. But here's where things start to shift in an unexpected way. At this point, it might feel like you're about to install Office, but you're actually not installing anything yet. So what exactly is happening here? What this tool is doing is preparing something much more powerful behind the scenes, something that controls the entire installation process before it even begins. When you click Finish, you'll see an export option appear on the screen. This is where everything changes. Click on Export, select Office Open XML format, accept the terms, and proceed to download the file. What you get is a small XML file, but don't underestimate it. This is not just a normal file. It's actually a complete instruction blueprint for installing Microsoft 365. Inside this file, every decision you just made is stored in a structured format. It defines exactly what the system should do during installation, which version to install, which apps to include, which language to use, and even how updates should behave. In simple terms, this file is like a script that tells your computer exactly how to build your Office setup from scratch. And this is the reason why this method is so powerful, because instead of relying on a fixed installer, you are creating a customized installation plan. But here's the catch. Even though this file contains everything needed for installation, it still cannot execute anything on its own. It's like having a blueprint without a machine to build it. And that's why you now need a second tool, the one that actually reads this file and performs the installation. This is the exact step where most users get confused or give up, because they don't understand how these two pieces connect. Now open a new tab and search for the Office Deployment Tool. Download it only from the official Microsoft website to ensure safety and compatibility. Once downloaded, run the file. It won't install like a normal application. Instead, it will extract a set of files into a location you choose. Now create a new folder anywhere on your system. For simplicity, create it on your desktop and name it something like Microsoft. You can choose any name, but keeping it simple helps avoid confusion later. Now take all the files that were extracted from the Office Deployment Tool and move them into this folder. After that, also move your downloaded XML configuration file into the same folder. At this point, your folder should contain both the setup files and the configuration file. Now everything is finally in place. But here's the critical part. Even now, nothing will happen automatically. No installation. No setup. No progress. Because this method doesn't rely on clicking buttons, it relies on executing commands. And one small mistake in the next step, even a missing space or wrong file name, can stop the entire process without any clear error. Critical step, expanded plus clear execution. Now search for command prompt on your system, right-click it, and select Run as Administrator. This is important because the installation requires elevated permissions. Once command prompt opens, you need to navigate to the folder you created. Go to your folder, click on the address bar at the top, copy the full path, then return to command prompt. City space. Then paste the path and press enter. This command tells your system to move into that specific folder. Now you're ready for the final command, the one that actually starts everything. Setup/configure configuration.xml. Make sure the file name matches exactly. Then press enter. And now, everything begins. You'll start seeing the download and installation process happening automatically. The system will follow every instruction inside your XML file, installing only the apps you selected, using the settings you defined. No unnecessary apps. No background clutter. No extra load. This is why professionals prefer this method, because it gives complete control, precision, and efficiency. And the surprising part? Most users never use this method. They stick to the default installer without realizing how much control they're giving up. Once the installation is complete, you can close the window and open your Start menu. Launch any app like Word or Excel, and you'll see everything is installed exactly the way you configured it, clean, optimized, and ready to use. At this point, you haven't just installed Office. You've actually learned how to control the installation process itself. And now that you understand this system, there's another hidden optimization trick that can make Office run noticeably faster, especially on low-end PCs. It's something most users completely ignore, but once you apply it, the difference is instantly visible. If you want to see that, stay connected, because that one tweak might completely change how your system performs.